Logged into wateropsadvisor.com, you'll be sent to the home page. On this page, you'll see the list of installations you have created on your account. To start a new plant, click on the button on the top right that says Add New Plant. And the first thing it will ask you is the number of trains you have in your system. In this example, we use 1. Click on Enter. On installation name, you can enter the name of your installation. In this case, we'll say RO example train 1. The country will be the United States for this example, and the feed source is well water. I can add a description if I'd like for this case. Here I have one. Then I go to the RO configuration section. Please note that every time you need some help, as you enter information, you have those information icon that will clarify and explain what you need to enter in each field. Here in this case, we have 1 train and only 1 pass. I can select up to 3 passes if I need to. Just as a quick reminder, a pass is one permeate, goes through a second or third system to purify even more the water stream. In this case, we only have 1 pass. If I select to use this checkbox, it means that I'm using elements from a different brand than DuPont. In this case, I can click here and enter the name of the product I'm using. Otherwise, you leave this checkbox unmarked, and you can pick and choose which product you are using in your installation. In this case here, we have 2 stages. At each stage, you can specify the number of pressure vessels and the number of elements you have per vessel. You can specify that you have only 1 membrane brand or model in the vessel, or you have an interstage design or ISD. If you have an ISD, you can click on ISD, click on Edit ISD, and you can select which element is being used in each position. So as an example, I'll use this element here for the first 3, and I'll change to a different model. For the rest. And confirm. And here I use only 1 element as an example. I can also enter the date of the installation for each stage. The next section is the currency and unit section, where I can select which units I'm using to monitor my system. For this example, we're using metric units. So cubic meters per hour, LMH for flux, cubic meters for volume, bar for pressure, centigrade for temperature, kilograms for mass, microsiemens for quality in both the feed and the permeate, and the currency, we're leaving it as US dollars. If I pick any other currency, I can actually specify the exchange rate that I need. In this case, we'll leave it at US dollars. The cost information is the cost that will be used in the financial evaluation that RO Operations Advisors will give us. Try to enter the most accurate price that you have. In this case, are standard averages for the region. And this is what we'll be using in this example. I can click Save and Continue to move on to the next page.